Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to give you some spiritual health lifestyle habits for beginners. So if you are new to spirituality and you're looking for some ways to improve your spiritual health through lifestyle habits, then this is the video for you. Stay tuned. Alright, so let's get started with this video. I'm going to give you some lifestyle habits separated into categories, and these are all going to be cheap, inexpensive, maybe even free, fun, easy ways to improve your spiritual health. So the first one is to live your life purpose. So following your heart is a great way to find your life purpose, and that means to really just in a basic sense, it would be to do what is calling to you. Everybody's got that thing, you know, that they've always had an interest in that maybe they just never followed, and it just nags at you like, I'm here, like, you know, listen to me. That's your heart telling you to do something. Volunteering is a great way to find your life purpose, and this is something that doesn't require commitment, which is why this also helps for trying to find the right career for you. And a life purpose can include a career, but it doesn't have to. A life purpose really just is an overall theme of what your mission is, of what your, how you give life meaning. So let's say maybe your life purpose is to help those that are in need. That's a great way to volunteer because there's many opportunities for that. You can try a new hobby. This is another very fun and minimal time commitment that you can do to find your life purpose. You can explore any hobby. This is partially how I discovered my life purpose. Was I decided to just start a website. And this was like 15 years ago, maybe not even that, maybe 10 to 15 years ago. I started a website about how to live in alignment with nature, and it's very similar to the one that I have now, but that one was my first try at it, and it didn't work out because I was working 12 hours a day, so I didn't have the time, but that sparked something in me, and so that's been my passion now, to help people live in alignment with nature for spiritual health, mental health, and physical health. So you just never know what'll happen when you try a new hobby. You can also take courses on finding your life purpose. So there's tons of courses out there on how to find your life purpose. The one that I took that I recommend, it was very, very thorough, very comprehensive. It's on the website actualize.org, and it's by Gura. He's the guy that runs that website, and his ultimate life purpose course, I can't say enough good things about it. It was so fun that I almost want to take it again, even though I already know what my life purpose is. So that's something to check out. I'll leave a link down in the description for that course if you're interested. So another way you can help your spiritual health is to attend church or an equivalent. So this basically is all about accessing your connection with higher power, and that can be church if you belong to a religion, but it doesn't have to be, of course. If you're watching this video, maybe you are more into the spiritual side rather than the religious side, and I actually have a video about the difference between spirituality and religion if you're interested in watching that to see a little bit more in depth what that means. But whatever higher power means to you, just, cultivate that every day. Getting out in nature is another way that you can feel close to the higher power, and this particularly works for people that are spiritual, because I think spirituality and nature go hand in hand. If you are really into nature, chances are you're going to feel the immense power of creation, and you're going to think beyond religion. You're going to think more in line with everything as a whole. And of course, that's what holistic wellness is all about. It's living in alignment with the whole being, and spirituality is a huge part of that. So getting out in nature it will actually help you to deepen your spirituality if you are new to spirituality. connecting to this, I just mentioned this, but this is a whole separate thing too. So I'm going to give you some ways to connect to nature. So you can meditate outside, and this can be traditional meditation, but there's a lot of people that struggle with meditation. So there's a lot of ways that you can do meditative activities outside. And actually, just walking in nature or just hiking will help you to get into that meditative state. Going camping. I talk about this all the time because this is one of my favorite hobbies. So camping is one of the healthiest hobbies that you can do for so many reasons. It helps you to get the sunlight you need every day, reset your circadian rhythm. It helps you to actually get in touch with the elements of nature, like water and air and the actual earth. So, camping is also really good because you can make friends with other campers. Like, you know, it's very easy for campers to talk to each other. They're very friendly people. So connecting to nature through camping it's one of the joys of my life. Let me just put it that way. I highly recommend camping if you can. You can also plant a garden or a tree. So working in a garden is one of the healthiest things that you can do. There's no better connection to nature than when you're actually helping something grow. And if you can't plant a garden, let's say you don't have a yard, you can always use pots. Doing container gardening, oh my gosh, I love it. It's something that I do, and throughout the year, even in the winter, you can have little pots in a sunny window and grow herbs. It can be that simple. It can be that basic. And that still will help you to feel a connection to nature. There is nothing like it. Walking barefoot on the earth is so crucial. This helps you to absorb the negative ions from the earth, and that in turn will decrease inflammation in your body. It will also help to calm you. It also helps you to sleep better. There are many benefits of this. There's a couple terms for this. This could be called earthing or grounding. And this also helps you connect to nature in an amazing, profound way. Learning, this is another way that you can improve your spiritual health. You can find a guru or a teacher. So one of my things I like to say is, it's good to be your own guru, but first you need to find other gurus or teachers to absorb their knowledge and their wisdom. And then, you know, the more you learn, the more you start to develop your own sense of knowledge, and the things that, you know, your life purpose becomes more stronger, you become more well-rounded, and your spiritual health will just completely could transform. So you can go on a spiritual retreat. This is something that you can do if you're looking for more immediate results. Of course, these are not cheap. This is probably the only thing on this list that is going to cost you a little bit of money. This is the reason why I've never gone on a spiritual retreat, but it's on my bucket list, and I wish that I could go on one every month. So there's that. If you have a little extra money and looking for something that can give you more of a immediate result. For those of us that don't have a lot of money, we can watch spiritual documentaries. These are some of my favorite things to do. I do these, I just go through YouTube and find spiritual videos, documentaries. There's also a channel called Gaia TV. This is on, I did used to have this, but I canceled it, but only because I'm too busy to watch TV. But if you are into watching spiritual things, then I would totally check out Gaia TV. Of course, you can also read spiritual books, and they're pretty cheap. If you can even go to a library and check them out. So there's no reason you have to spend a lot of money to learn about spiritual subjects. And speaking of spiritual books, there are hundreds, like I've never even discovered them all yet, of spiritual texts, religious books. Not just one religion, but all religions. If you're ever curious to learn about multiple religions, you really just have to buy the, I don't want to say textbooks, but the I'm putting this in quotes, but the Bible of each of these religions. Every religion has their Bible, or, you know, their sacred text. And those are great things that you can check out from libraries, because you probably don't want to spend a lot of money on buying all of these books when you're just learning for curiosity. But of course, you know, there's also some books that contain information about all of the religions, or maybe all of the spiritual teachings, and those are some of my favorite types of books. Contemplation. So, what is contemplation? You probably think of this as prayer, and prayer is part of that. Prayer is, what I like to think of prayer is asking God or the universe, whatever your views are, asking for things, asking for help, assistance, that sort of thing. Contemplation can also mean meditation, and to me, meditation means listening or receiving. And this is like the flip side of prayer, where if you're meditating, you're getting still, you're getting quiet, you're shutting down the chatter in your mind so that your higher self can come through, and then you can, you know, have so much more to work with. Again, you can go on spiritual retreats to do this. That's probably one of the best ways that you can get into contemplation. So basically, contemplation really just means thinking, but not in a, you know, not in a neurotic way. Like most people, when they think of thinking, images come to mind of being overwhelmed with too much information, trying to solve problems, being very analytical. But this type of contemplation thinking is not like that. This is more the kind where you get some knowledge, you get some, you know, information from books, documentaries, videos, whatever, or a guru or a teacher, and you integrate that into your life. And the more you learn, the more you can form like a bigger picture of all of the information in the world, and you know, that's ever existed. I just love to think about stuff like this, and it expands your mind. So contemplation is very good for your mental health as well as your spiritual health. So journaling, this is another great way to improve your spiritual health, because if you start a gratitude journal, for example, gratitude is crucial for manifestation. Gratitude is really good for your mental health as well, because it helps you to feel thankful, and it helps you to find things in your life that feel gratitude for. So another way you can journal is to keep a daily diary. A diary is kind of an old school way to say it, but it's journal. Keep a daily journal of your life, of your, you know, the things that you do, your feelings, your emotions, your worries, your fears. You can even journal out your traumas. So I actually have an online course about journaling. I've got another YouTube channel where I talk just about journaling. So there's a whole deep subject there about how good journaling is for your spiritual health and your mental health. There's even physical benefits to journaling, believe it or not. So there's dozens of benefits to journaling. There's dozens of methods of journaling. I can share with you some information about that if you're interested down in the description. I've got other videos about it as well. So that's all I'll say for this short video about journaling. So if all of the stuff that I mentioned in this video sounds good to you, and you might want to have a physical checklist of all of these things, I've actually got that. So I've got free printables that you can sign up to get in an email. I've got the spiritual health one, which includes everything that I talked about in this video. Also a physical health and a mental health checklist. And there's also a holistic lifestyle assessment and a goal sheet. So you can sign up and get those for free. And if you still want to watch some more videos about spiritual health, I've got a whole playlist focusing on spiritual health right here. So be sure to binge watch that next and subscribe to this channel. And thank you so much for watching.